US President Donald Trump has announced that he is postponing strikes on Iranian power plants by 5 days. He had earlier issued a 48-hour deadline to Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz. That deadline was about to end in a few hours, but now it seems to have been extended. Trump claimed a number of things in his social media post announcing the postponement. He said that the US and Iran had very good and productive conversations. He said the countries were working towards a complete resolution of hostilities. He says the talks had been in-depth, detailed and constructive. He added that the talks will continue throughout this week and that the 5-day postponement of strikes on Iranian power plants is subject to how the talks go. Meanwhile, Fox Business says that Trump told them that Iran wants to make a deal badly. They say Trump told them that a deal could be reached within 5 days or sooner. Meanwhile, a reporter from Axios said that Turkey, Egypt and Pakistan have been passing messages between the US and Iran over the past 2 days. He claimed they were doing this in an effort to de-escalate. However, Iranian media has been reporting the complete opposite so far. Various Iranian news agencies say that no negotiations are taking place between the US and Iran. Iran's Fars news agency has cited sources and said that neither direct nor indirect talks have taken place between the two countries. The Tasnim agency said that Iran will continue to respond to attacks and broadly defend its territory. It also reported that Iranian officials say that the Strait of Hormuz will not return to pre-war conditions. The Mahar news agency cites Iranian foreign ministry sources who say that Trump's statement is meant to decrease energy prices and buy him time to make military plans. Oil prices have reacted sharply to Trump's statement. They're already down by over 13%. But is Trump's statement really just a ploy, or is he seriously considering an exit strategy from the war in Iran? Trump has been facing mounting questions and heavy criticism over the war. On Sunday, former CIA director and ex-defense secretary Leon Panetta gave an interview to The Guardian. Panetta slammed Trump's failure to grasp how crucial the Strait of Hormuz was. Meanwhile, former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak gave an interview to Israel's Channel 13. He said that to secure the Strait of Hormuz now, Trump would have to put boots on the ground. Barak said that sending soldiers is how American wars in Vietnam, Iraq and Afghanistan started to fail. So has Trump decided to wind down the war to avoid another disastrous military campaign for the US? And what happens to Israel if Trump decides to stop fighting? On Sunday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called on more countries to join the war in Iran. But will he still have the appetite to keep fighting if Trump exits? Iran's missile strikes on Israel on Saturday night proved that Israeli defenses are not impenetrable and that Israeli warning systems are not always enough to prevent casualties. Will the massive damage and Trump's potential exit convince Netanyahu to consider the war on Iran? Let's talk to our correspondent, Shreya Upadhyay. She is in the newsroom in Delhi. Shreya, Trump made his statement, but Iranians are not really convinced about what Trump said.
There is a lot of to and fro that has been going on in the last few hours after the US President Donald Trump made that announcement of the US halting military strikes on Iran's energy infrastructure for a 5-day period. Just minutes after that, Iranian media started quoting sources within the Iranian leadership saying that there have been no direct contact or direct talks between Iran and America. And even as we speak now, there is another Axios report that is quoting sources saying that in the last few days, Turkey, Egypt and Pakistan, these three countries have been relaying messages between Iran and America. And Donald Trump's two men, Jared Kushner and as well as Steve Witkoff, have been holding separate telephonic conversations as well as meetings with representatives from these countries as well as Iranian representatives. In fact, Donald Trump has also been quoted by American news channel Fox News as saying that he doesn't know what Iran is speaking about as far as denying these talks are concerned. So we'll really have to wait and watch what the truth is. But at the moment, these past few hours have been statement after statement, counter statement, contradictory statements, all of them coming in this latest verbal spat. And amid all of this, Eric, what's important to remember is that oil supplies and markets, oil prices prices as well as markets have been volatile. Oil prices, as you said, have fallen 13%, but the markets have been volatile as well, particularly the S&P 500, right from, when this announcement was made till the time Iran denied these direct talks with the United States. There has been a lot of volatility in the markets as well. So, even as we discuss this entire announcement and its ramifications, it's important to note that Iranian media has been denying, and Iranian leadership has been denying any sort of direct talks with the United States of America. This to and fro continues. Also important for our viewers to understand is also that, the next few hours will be extremely important, not just because of the kind of, to and fro that we're seeing between Iran and United States of America, but also it's now less than 20 hours since Donald Trump's deadline of opening the Strait of Hormuz ends. It also is, of course, coming amid the fact that he's now announced that 5-day halt. So a lot of developments, rapid developments that are taking place in this West Asia crisis. We will have to wait and see how the next few hours pan out as far as the negotiations between the two sides are concerned, whether they are happening or they haven't happened.
My colleague Shreya Upadhyay. Shreya, thank you for that update.